The best banana pudding made with a homemade banana vanilla pudding.
Okay, so today I'm making banana pudding, and to do that, and it's actually banana pudding, like the pudding itself is banana flavored. And to do that, you just mix, or I just mix 1 ripe mashed banana, 1 extra egg yolk, and a half a teaspoon of cornstarch into whatever vanilla pudding recipe I'm using. So I'm going to be using a basic homemade vanilla pudding recipe, but I'm adding 1 ripe mashed banana, half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and an extra egg yolk. And it's really easy to make, but I like the flavor a lot better with the extra banana in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is whisk together 3 tablespoons of cornstarch plus an extra half a teaspoon with 1/4 of a cup of milk, or half and half. Half and half is really good to use too. I was out of milk. I did not have enough regular whole milk, so I'm going to be using evaporated milk, which actually makes a really, really good pudding. So I'm going to whisk together my cornstarch and 1/4 of a cup of milk. Alright, now I'm going to take 1 very ripe banana, and I'm just going to mash it with a fork. Mash it up really good, as smooth as I can get it. And you could make the pudding smoother if you wanted to by running the milk and banana mixture through a strainer or something. But for me, it's smooth enough. But if you wanted a completely just smooth, like plain vanilla pudding, you could run it through a strainer. But like I said, to me it's smooth enough, and I don't mind it. So I'm just mashing my banana, just getting everything ready to come over here to the stove. Alright, so I got my bananas ready, I got my cornstarch mixture over here ready to go. So now I'm going to put all of my milk in the saucepan, and it's 3 cups of milk minus the 1/4 cup that you mix with the cornstarch. I'm using evaporated milk because I didn't have enough whole milk, and I didn't want to go to the store, so I'm using evaporated milk in 2 of these 12-ounce cans. Comes out to be 3 cups, so that worked out great. And like I said, the evaporated milk, it gives it a richness. I actually like it for pudding. So we're going to put the rest of our milk in here. We're going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to go ahead and add my mashed banana, and then 1/3 of a cup of just plain white granulated sugar. And I'm going to turn my heat on medium-low and just let it start heating. Just turn on low, let it start heating. We don't want this to boil. We just want it to heat up for right now. And while the milk is heating, I'm going to get my egg yolks ready. For this, I like my eggs to be room temperature. And if you didn't take your eggs out in time, you can just put them in a bowl of lukewarm water for about 15 minutes, and that way it just makes it easier when you're tempering into the pudding without scrambling your eggs. Now if you like meringue on your banana pudding, you would turn these egg whites into a meringue for the top of it. I like whipped cream on my banana pudding. Ooh, I almost broke that yolk. I like cream on my banana pudding. So I'm going to be turning this into an angel food cake to do another. Alright, just whisk these together really good. And that is ready. So now we're going to go back over here to the milk. Alright, so I'm just waiting on my milk to steam. You want it to steam. You don't want it to simmer or boil or anything like that. You just want it to start steaming. And I do stir it every once in a while. But if you have it down low enough, it's not going to stick. The milk's not going to burn on the bottom. But if you want it to go faster, just turn your heat up. But make sure you kind of watch it. Because like I said, you don't want it to boil. You don't want it to start simmering. You just want it to steam. And when it starts steaming, I'm going to temper my eggs. And tempering just means you heat the eggs up gradually so that they don't cook. You don't want them to cook completely. So once this starts steaming, I'm going to slowly drizzle in a half a cup of this warm milk, whisking constantly while I do that. And then we'll add that, once that's heated up enough, we'll add it into the rest of the milk. And that's another reason that I like to have my eggs not cold, because it really helps with that process. Like when it, just a minute ago when I separated my eggs, they were slightly warm. They were like room temperature, because I didn't just take them straight out of the refrigerator and do it while they were cold. I let them slowly warm up in some lukewarm water. So you can either let your eggs come to room temperature or put them in some water like that. And it really helps with the tempering process. And it really, to me, it helps setting up your yogurt. I almost said yogurt. Setting up your pudding. When you put it in the refrigerator to set it up, to me, I think it sets up better when I've used room temperature eggs. So yeah, I'm just waiting on milk to start steaming. So it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but you can see it a little bit. My milk is started to steam. It's steaming, so I'm going to take half a cup. Take half a cup of this hot milk, and I'm going to come over here and temper my eggs. Just drizzle it in real slowly while whisking. Alright, so we've got our eggs tempered, and I made a giant mess, but now we can add the rest of our eggs back to our milk mixture. I'm going to slowly whisk in, and I can feel the bowl. When you know it's okay, because I feel the bowl and it's warm. It's a little bit hot, so that's okay to add these in. You're going to whisk the whole time. You slowly add them. Alright, we got our eggs all added in. Now I'm going to add in my cornstarch mixture. We're going to increase our heat to almost medium, because now we want it to really get cooking. Okay, I've got my heat turned up to medium, and I want to just keep stirring it until it starts to simmer and thicken. Alright, it's starting to thicken and barely simmer. So I'm going to move it off of my heat, and we're going to, we're going to add our vanilla and a tablespoon of butter, and stir that in real good. Alright, we've got the vanilla and the butter mixed in. It's already getting nice and thick, so it should set up really nice for us. Now we're going to go layer it with some vanilla wafers and bananas while it's hot. Alright, so I'm just layering. I've got a layer of my vanilla wafers, and I'm just going to put some slices of really ripe banana around. Save that for the next layer. Now we're going to pour the pudding in while it's still warm. And y'all, I love warm pudding. Look at it, it's already getting nice and thick. Pour this in here. Alright, got a layer of our pudding. I'm just going to spread that. Make sure that our vanilla wafers and everything are covered. And then we're going to do another layer. And you can put as many vanilla wafers and bananas as you want in it. And this is actually really, really good with no chunks of banana in it, because it's already banana flavored. But my favorite part of banana pudding is the vanilla wafers that get soggy in the pudding. That is my absolute favorite part of banana pudding. So that is why I put so many vanilla wafers. You put however many that you like, or just eat it plain without any of it, because the pudding is absolutely amazing. With the mashed banana in it, to me, it tastes like a bite of banana pudding that's had the wafers and all this in it. It's been sitting for like a day or so, and you get a bite of the wafer and the pudding and the whipped cream and all of it together. To me, that's what this banana pudding tastes like. It's got all the flavors right there. Alright, let's get another banana. Oh, I've got this one over here. Put our bananas on top of there and do it again till I run out. And after this, I'm gonna do my whipped cream. Right, I got my whipped cream. It's ready. And this was just a cup of heavy cream, a little bit of powdered sugar, and like a drop or two of vanilla. And there it is. And now we're going to put it on top of our banana pudding. I usually wait to put it, I let the pudding cool off a little bit before I put it. But since I'm making videos, I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of there today. And this is going to be so good, y'all. Oh, yes. We're going to have a good time with this. Alright, so I got it all in there. I just spread my whipped cream on top and stuck a few vanilla wafers in there and some vanilla wafer crumbs. It's just a plain, classic-looking banana pudding. But here we go. I'm going to eat some. Get some out of here. It is still warm, but I don't care. I like warm pudding, actually. My grandmother would have been so mad at me for digging in there before it was set up, but it's mine, so I can. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite for y'all. That is so good. That is so good, and I'm so glad I made this today, because now I get to eat it. I made this video for a lady that has become particularly dear to me. And if you're watching this, I hope you got it. And I hope it's the type of recipe you wanted. And thanks everybody for watching and joining me in making a mess in my kitchen. And I'll see y'all later.